Multi-talented, multitasking, multi-everything people out there. Take it away.
Find your glory, write your story, fearless feet will carry you. Time you own it, take your moment, be a fire burning through. Hustling from night until morning, grinding it out, it won't be long. Feel your power, it's your hour, you inspire, you are strong.
Enjoy your Zoa. No applause? You're all fired.
Now that you've reached the stage in your life where quality television is important, Nubian TV is a black network that speaks to your lifestyle. Nubian TV is the world's first digital network devoted to the upscale and political lifestyles of black people. Nubian TV's programming includes politics, travel, fashion, food, automotive, arts and culture, civil rights, music, and more. Watch now on Amazon Fire TV, Roku, or watch globally at nubiantv.net. Nubian TV, it's what you want to watch. Now,
come with me if you want to live a more delicious life.
Oh, maybe we should get in the van.
In this world, we don't get to control much. The past, male pattern baldness.
Leggies.
Got one right now. The urge to puff that bubble wrap. But there is one thing we do get to choose every single day: what we eat. Welcome to the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment. We have everything you want, didn't know you wanted, and some things you didn't know were possible. Because we believe if you're not having fun, you're not living free. So come on, let's live a little.
Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Money. Are you ready? They are ready.
Covering the biggest events in the country right now.
There's a lot going on here this morning.
It's always a good time. That's what the show's about.
That's good.
Really good. Very good.
Coming in hot, Jimmy, coming in hot.
It's far from elementary.
Good morning, America. I'm not going to try to strut like Michael or anything.
I have known George a long, long time.
Have you ever gotten him to dance?
Look at that face.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be there.
I am here and so happy.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'm in.
That tells you something when Snoop Dogg's in. Michael, George, where?
Ginger.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Well, hello to you, and you. We have a lot to discuss. Oh, my Lord Jesus. We have a lot to discuss. Oh, my Lord. What a part two to this 3-part reunion of Married to Medicine. Where do we start? I mean, my Lord Jesus, I thought this morning show was big with 10 destinations. Oh, no. Then I thought TikTok potentially being banned on Juneteenth was bigger than that. Oh, no. Married to Medicine said, hold my beer, hold my tequila, hold my vodka, hold my whiskey, hold my ready to drink. I hold everything. We got something for you. Oh my shit. My Lord Jesus, let's get into it. Higher is waiting, low is available, but either way, we are live on tour. Let me tell you how this iconic intro here. You see that virtual tour background? Yes, you do. You hear that virtual tour music? Ooh, yes, you do. And then there is me. Hey, everybody, welcome and glad to have you here. Y'all, what the hell did we see? There's a reason why I review it on Fridays, because I need a break from Roa on Monday, leading up to Married to Medicine on Friday. I just got to do this one more time on Friday. And then Mama said, Mama saw, Mama kusa. We can relax, relate, release, celebrate, hallelujah, whatever you want to say. Because after this part 2, I'm just like, what's part 3 looking like? My Lord Jesus. Man. But let's get into it. So we pick up right where we left off with Dr. Simone saying that, you know, she doesn't know if Damon actually cheated on Dr. Heavenly. Dr. Contessa said that he is human. You look like a miserable person to be with, and I hope he had some joy. That hurt me, and that wasn't even directed towards me. But also, Dr. Contessa, you told no lies. Moving on. Dr. Heavenly talks about Contessa's breasts being far apart. And it's just like, Dr. Heavenly, need I remind you of the 10th season reunion where it was a throwback clip of that Allura couldn't get her arms around you to hug you. See. I'm not making fun of a black woman. I'm just pulling up a receipt that was showcased on national television. You say, oh my Lord, but that was uncalled for, Dr. Heavenly. And you wonder why you get so much smoke, and you wonder why your husband is a weak piece of shit. Yeah, I said it. She ain't gonna do nothing, y'all. She ain't gonna do nothing. See, here's how social media works, right? The bigger the subscriber count and the bigger the view count determines the response. You see? So, anyway. So, Dr. Contessa had, basically after that, don't talk to me about your botched surgery. Dr. Contessa says she had a prophylactic mastectomy reconstruction surgery. And Dr. Jackie is just so distraught. The sad thing to me is y'all were good friends. Why can't y'all work this shit out? This saddens me. Really, this saddens you? This really saddens you? This saddens you? After you said black women fake pain, you got on to Phaedra? Because you believe she couldn't do her end of the deal? And this pains you? Okay, then. I guess it pains you. I guess. Oh, Lord Jesus. And so Dr. Jackie wants them to stop and reflect. Dr. Contessa feels hurt about Dr. Heavenly's words, and Dr. Simone brings some peace, right? And talks about the fact that Dr. Heavenly says things on social media does hurt, and Dr. Heavenly, says I've already apologized for that. And Andy says, this is possibly the 10th reunion where we're talking about the same thing. I'm going to bring up a clip. I'm going to bring up a short. Okay, because I feel like this short is probably very relevant to what's going on right now. Give me a moment. Because it's giving this energy. Here it is. Here, let me pause it. Oh my Lord! All right, let me pull it up. All right, Braylon, tell it. Just because you like that person don't mean their ass doesn't deserve to get called out for shit. Whatever we don't confront, we allow. Some of y'all don't like confronting the truth because you allow lies. Just because you like that person don't mean their ass doesn't deserve to get called out for shit. Whatever we don't confront, we allow. Some of y'all don't like confronting the truth because you allow lies. One more time. Just because you like that person don't mean their ass doesn't deserve to get called out for shit. Whatever we don't confront, we allow. Some of y'all don't like confronting the truth because you allow lies. I could have said better myself. And that was me. And that's how I truly feel about, Dr. Heavenly and what's going on is that, she can do this, that, and the third. Basically, it's cool when Dr. Heavenly does it, but it ain't cool for somebody to respond to Dr. Heavenly. See, Dr. Heavenly is going to get herself caught up where she can't come back to Married to Medicine. Okay? Because really want to be real about it. Would Dr. Heavenly have a career if anybody didn't know that she existed, rather? Let's keep it a buck. See, y'all remember Dr. Conrad Murray, right? What happened with Michael Jackson? He got terminated. His license got terminated. This, that, and the third. He didn't try to come back through any other platform, thank God, in the medical community, because when your medical license is revoked, it's revoked. If you do try to come back through another platform, there's consequences for that. You don't get to be so high upon the hill that you don't have the right to be called out for the shit you do. And I would have thought if that friendship mattered to Dr. Heavenly, what you talk about in private stays in private. But I guess what's good for Dr. Heavenly is only good for Dr. Heavenly until it's not. But hey, then again, I'm just talking on YouTube. Yes, indeed. So Dr. Heavenly then asked Andy, would you like for me to stop using social media? Dr. Heavenly, you were being an asshole doing that. Because you were trying to patronize and to do the most and to, downplay the severity of what you do on social media. You called somebody a PDF file on social media with no receipts. Now, let's just say one of your patients, right, called you a PDF file on social media. How would Damon feel about that? I'm just asking questions. Not trying to cause any conflict or stir the pot or do this, that, and the third to you. But I'm just asking a question because it seems like your behavior is cool with you until somebody else, gives that same energy back too. Oh my Lord. And Andy says that I could care less because you're not talking about me, but if you start talking about me, if you start talking ish about me, I will stop you. Dr. Contessa then says, what you say about me makes me think our friendship was true, and we were friends at one point. And they give compliments to each other, Dr. Heavily, Dr. Contessa. And then they move on. I feel like Dr. Contessa is actually a really sweet person from what I've seen. Like I said, I've never met Dr. Contessa, only know what the TV gives us, right? But it seems to me that Dr. Contessa is for who loves her and her family, right? If you're doing right, she's doing right by you. If you're doing wrong, she'll do wrong by you. But Dr. Heavily, oh my God, just your existence can be a whole crime to her. I mean, really, Dr. Heavily is the Kenya Moore of Married to Medicine. And while we're here, right, I find it really interesting. I find it really interesting that Dustin Dry Ass Motherfucking Ross said that people are saying revenge be about Kenya Moore, this, that, and third, and that they're misusing buzzwords, right? Sir, if somebody did, right, what Kenya did to your mother, your daughter, if you have one, your niece, your cousin, your grandmother, what if somebody did that to Ebony K. Williams? Would you feel the same? I'm just asking. And to Claudia Jordan, Britt Edie was looking for a moment. Who's to say that you haven't been looking for moments too? And then Carlos King, with you saying that people were getting mad at, you know, the God. You a public figure. It comes with the territory. If you can't handle it, get the fuck off of television. But for you to say that people are doing the most on social media where you haven't taken accountability for not fifth core, half of the shit you done with Love and Marriage Huntsville, you can shut your bitch ass up. And yeah, I said bitch. Because you don't exude any energy of being a man. You don't. All three of y'all were shit for that conversation. And I say that because here's the thing. It's one thing to look for a moment. It's another thing when you don't recognize a moment happening. And I feel like Dr. Heavenly, because she's never recognized in real life, she's got to do anything and everything to be seen in this space for her to feel like she's somebody. Hey, like I said, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if you let it fly, it must apply. Rolling on. So then we get to Sweet Tea and Dr. G. Sweet Tea's health was good at the top of the season. Sweet Tea is going for a consult for IUI it was inner uterus insemination, right? And she's going through Emory. Dr. G giving Sweet Tea a deadline was difficult to watch, and Dr. Heavily said sensitive. And Dr. Simone talks about, age gap relationships. And, Dr. Simone said, while you're getting older, Andy, you know this, sometimes it's harder to keep up with children, this, that, the third. And maybe Dr. G doesn't want to be at graduation when he's 80. And Andy was like, I know good to damn well you are not sitting your black behind in my white privilege face, knowing I'm an executive producer. Or if I'm not executive producer, at least I have a very big majority to say what airs and doesn't air. Saying to me that I can't handle my kids. But I can't just say, it was nice to see Andy pissed off a little bit, like, I know you fucking. I thought that was hilarious, right? So then a question is asked by a viewer, 3 tips on getting an older man. That question was to Sweet Tea. And Sweet Tea said, why can't we have somebody who loves on us and supports us and protects us and provides for us? And Toya agrees. And Quad agrees that a man should support her and should not shun her and let her be heard. And Andy says, are you talking about Dr. G? And Quad says yes. And Sweet Tea thinks Quad is worried about Dr. G. Now, Sweet Tea, I love you. You from Arkansas. Woo, Pig Suey Razorbacks, okay? Listen to me. You played yourself with that one, right? Now, I do get what you mean, though, because, like I said, this has nothing to do with you. This has nothing to do with King. These are two exes that each other's existence is volatile. That has nothing to do with you or King. So I get what you mean by every time that they get together, it seems like Quad is now over Dr. G. From that aspect, I will agree with you, right? But I think Quad was trying to be supportive. Like I said, I'm only judging what I saw on TV, but I think she was being supportive because here's the thing, Sweet Tea. You should remember the conversation that you guys had about, when Dr. G said that would have been a fight to the death, and you tried to say, I don't think it would have been a fight to the death, this, that, and the third. And he called you naive. Y'all had to close the door, and he said, don't say stuff to piss me off. So he dismissed you. So Quad was right in her commentary about how you should be supportive and you should be heard and not shunned. So, like I said, Quad to me, like I said before, if there was a circle and Jill Scott stood in that circle and there was a circle for Quad, and they said to men and women, who do you want to go on a date with? I promise you that circle will fill for Jill Scott before Quad any damn day of the week that ends in Y. That's every day. I don't give a fuck what Junkie even says. Like I said, Jill Scott matters more to the culture than Quad Webb, and what of it? Moving on. Just like here's the thing. I can give credit where credit is due, but also say what needs to be said. Like I said, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if you let it fly, it must apply. So, after all of that, Quad said that you have my scraps. Oh, my Lord Jesus, you have my scraps. Lord Jesus, I was just like, for Dr. G being scraps, you sure was in off the plate when you were married to him. Listen, and listen, I know that I ain't everybody's cup of tea, okay? So, listen, if you feel away, you feel away. But, like I said, you saw the thumbnail, you know my voice, and damn it, you know why you're here, because I don't play in my after shows. I give it to you real, raw, and uncut from how I see it. And not to mention, too, you have the media nerd of social media that can see it from a whole nother production behind the scenes angle that you really don't get on YouTube. You don't. You just don't. I mean, just because you are a creator and executive producer over shows doesn't mean you know shit. Because if you can cover other shows than your own shows, and you got destruction, chaos, and toxicity with that, like Carlos King does, you can't really give a perspective on reality TV if you ain't handling your own shit. That's neither here nor there. But yeah, I felt a way about Quad saying that, you have my scraps. You were eating the main course when you were married to him. You don't get to say he scraps now because you don't want to really like his new wife, right? So you and Dr. G both agree that the marriage need to be over. Leave it there. Because what's happening is my Lord Jesus set off any little match, and my Lord, it's a fire. You know what I mean? So, and then Quad said that you DM'd him to give him a baby. You have not made good on that promise. Quad, I don't know if you know how social media works, but people DM all the time. That was unnecessary. and you have not made good on that promise, that's not your fucking business to deal with. Because just like Dr. Simone said, we no longer have an emotional connection with you. And you didn't feel good about them saying that you didn't make good on your promise to include your friends in your life. Quad, don't throw stones from a glass house when your house can be just as broken or can get as broken. Okay? That was uncalled for. Uncalled for. Unfucking called for. Rolling on. So, Sweet Tea has talked about Quad every week, and you have also talked about Sweet Tea. So, it's back and forth, right? Sweet Tea, now this is where, once again, you took an inch and made it a mile. You said that Quad had a history of being drunk and she had 2 DUIs, right? And listen, it is true that Quad had DUIs, right? In the same token that she had DUIs doesn't mean that someone is drunk or not drunk. We don't know Quad's history in terms of how long she drinks, and everybody on Marriage Medicine drinks. So I thought that was a bit of a reach to do that to Quad, but also too, the truth is the truth. She has had DUIs, and we can also see that Quad can't handle her liquor. We saw that in Key West. So Sweet Tea wasn't wrong, but what Sweet Tea was wrong about was making those accusations, right? Because accusations can have ramifications, right? So if you don't know concretely with facts and receipts, stick to the prompt of what is true. Okay. So Sweet Tea is standing up for Dr. G about the, you got big fucking mouth. That's Dr. G words, not mine. And antagonistic is the vibe from the group. And then Dr. Simone did say something very articulate. She said that while you were supportive, but then you turned it on them. And Quai was, in full support of the Lunsfords, right? But then, the tit for tat, changed all that. And then, the tweet about Dr. G not being respected in the medical community that Dr. Heavily said on social media, Dr. Heavily said, you don't get that. Sweet Tea said something. So it's like, oh, you did this tit for tat, but yet you're still defending your behavior. Dr. Heavily says she owns up to her part. She has no beef for Sweet Tea. And, I believe thing 1 and thing 2 are more real in the fictional world, Dr. Seuss, than Dr. Heavely's words. When you believe fictional characters more than a human being, that's sad. So I don't believe Dr. Heavily is sorry because she's going to go backslide and to do the same damn behavior. So a viewer asked a very articulate question. How does Dr. Jackie stand by allow Dr. Heavily to attack another woman about her being pregnant? And Dr. Jackie said, I didn't want any on me though. You didn't want any on you though. See, this is the problem, right? Because Toya said it in part 1 that Dr. Jackie likes to apologize just to apologize because she doesn't want to argue with anybody. And so that viewer was right on point because here's the thing, Dr. Jackie, if you're for Black women, you should be for all Black women. So the fact that you could not answer that question lets me know it's either y'all or not. Either you with us or against us, rather. That's what I got from that. And Dr. Jackie, that was a fucking sad disgrace that you could not say, listen, I don't think it's right that my friend said that to Sweet Tea and nobody should ever be made fun of with their medical issues. Because if we remember you with Buffy, okay? And you releasing her HIPAA information all across the world on national television. Okay? 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 Okay. Whoo, my Lord Jesus, I just can't. And so then there was a back and forth about Andy being able to hear what Dr. Jackie said, and Andy said even though he's an elderly father, he can hear. And I thought that was a funny moment. Dr. Heavily says, I can respect that Sweet Tea showed up. Okay, I can give some positivity because we're almost done with y'all. Next Friday, I will be done with y'all, so I can give some applause for positivity. I can. So the fellas arrive. The men arrive, right? So the fellas are upstairs, and Dr. G is downstairs. Eugene said that Dr. G is probably more mad at Quad than King. And that, Paul, the executive producer, said based on what has happened, we have decided to separate everybody for their own good, which I think was a smart move. Because you cannot predict somebody's behavior, right? And y'all are trying to keep the lights on. So I fully understand where you're coming from. Hey, Houston Foodie 713, good to see you. I hope all is well with you. I've been seeing your videos. Very proud of you, my friend. Very, very proud. By the way, like, comment, share, subscribe to Houston Foodie 713. Much love to her. So then Dr. Mimi is coming to the stage, looking gorgeous. Like I said, I think Steve and Mimi should leave Married to Medicine and have their own spinoff show. They are sensible, they are kind, and you actually want to hang out with them. Okay? Honestly, y'all could get rid of Dr. Heavily and just leave Dr. Mimi in the show. Now, I know what everybody's going to say, well, Braylon, she's been there for 10 years. Okay. Just because you've been there 10 years doesn't mean that you're a resource when you're a fucking ass hindrance. Don't talk to me about seniority when you're not executing your responsibilities. Miss me with y'all bullshit. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. So I think Dr. Mimi and Steve should leave Married to Medicine or fucking fire Dr. Heavenly and put Steve and Mimi in that spot full time. What? Did I offend y'all? Are y'all big mad? Did I do too much? Really don't care. When you call someone a PDF file on social media, when you talk about somebody's mother and that, their dead mother has a better chance of you. My dead mother has a better chance to get pregnant than you, or vice versa, whatever way it happened. To disrespect private conversations with your friends, you can fuck off with me. So I don't care what y'all think. I don't. If you got something to say, get StreamYard. Go live on your channel. If you can have the capacity, capability, comprehension, the brain cells from a brain to sustain one. No, I'm not doing it. Not doing it. So then Dr. Mimi comes on stage looking gorgeous. Mimi was a good time, and Quad, King, Mimi, and Steve, they all hanged out and did not get into the house until 5 a.m. Dr. Heavily said Mimi is good people, and Dr. Mimi has been giving suggestions on parenting and other things. I'm like, Dr. Heavily can listen to other people? Oh my Lord. I was flabbergasted. I'm like, wow. So Dr. Heavily can have a brain to comprehend that other people are in the world. Shocking. Oh, my Lord. So Dr. Mimi talks about that, first year of marriage can be hard, especially when you're under these circumstances on national television and you have people comparing you, this, that, and the third. And, Quad said that there will be natural comparisons, but also, too, Quad said you can't be where you can't compare. See, Quad, this is why Sweet Tea gets pissed off, because you do little backhanded digs. Sweet Tea has served our country greatly. She has had her own money, and quite frankly, she don't need the show, because last time Mariah said that you're not married to medicine, my love. So sweet tea has value. Just because you don't want to see it doesn't mean it's not there. I'm just saying. And by the way, I'm trying to think. Now, don't get me wrong, but I'm trying to think who has had a longer career as a black woman on Bravo. Oh, yeah, Candy Burris. Yeah, she's a Grammy Award-winning singer. Right. Oh, and then Garcelle Bouvet, she's bigger than you. Boz, she was the head of marketing at Uber and Netflix and many other companies, so she's bigger than you. And then Mariah was the first black woman to sell a show as is and made history, so she's bigger than you. So I guess I'm confused, Quad. Why do you exist? I'm just asking. As a human being upon the earth, why the fuck does your ass exist? See, you say you can't beat where you can't compare, but yet, guess what? That statement can also be said about you. Because guess what? You can't beat where you can't compare to other people who are bigger than you. So if you think you're bigger than Sweet Tea, Sweetie, Honey, Peaches, Quad, there are people bigger than Quad Webb. Okay. I just see, Annie needed to let me host the reunion because I wouldn't put up with no bullshit. Y'all know my rule. Okay, I'm gonna ask everybody what's their definition of responsibility. We're gonna write this out on the board here. I'm gonna ask a question. If it relates to your definition of responsibility and the group agrees, we'll move on. But if not, we're gonna have a conversation. And I'm gonna pull out video of your bullshit. Oh, they would have been sick of me. Not sick of me, sick of me. To the point where I probably would have been in the Bravo's executive's office. Braylon, why did you go there? What you want me to do? Did these women not put this on national television? What am I supposed to do? In the words of Karen Huger, I know she's going through what she's going through, but I'm only judging what you gave me. What am I supposed to do? See, I come from the streets of right is right, wrong is wrong. I come from the streets of you were always somebody yesterday. But most of all, I've recognized that if the status of you is more important than the soul of you, you fucked up. Let's roll on. Like I said, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if you let it fly, it must apply. So Toya loved me that she came in as her own person, got to know everybody for who they are. So then we get to Dr. Jackie going to the White House, and Dr. Jackie says to know that there was somebody that cared about us was a blessing, and it's like women's rights rest in peace, and infant mortality is losing funding from the government. And Dr. Simone said that women are afraid of losing their rights, and it was quite a heartbreaking state of affairs to see that said on national television. As you all know, listen, I cover women's issues here because most of my audience is women. Now we have 50-50 male and female, which is where you really want to be on YouTube and social media. But without black women, I'll keep it a buck. The 2,000 that we got in the beginning of this channel was because of LAMH and the places that I was, and the black women that invested in me. And there are still some black women that invested in me from that sector. But as we start to grow and evolve and find our way, we have grown and we have stayed around because of who we are. I always say never get so high in the clouds that you forget that you had to use the ground to get there. So you know how an airplane takes off? The airplane can only take off because of the ground. And so I am always going to advocate, defend, and be about the protection of black women through showcasing the range of what's happening with black women in our community. And I believe there's a difference between being an ally and being a representative. Being an ally is you support them for what they want to talk about. You give the facts as you know them, and you are just a place to fall. Now, where it gets tedious is, well, not just tedious, but where it gets triggering and it can get, team too much energy, in the words of Tamar Esteem Braxton, is when you're a representative and you make yourself an authority. I'm not an authority on women. Let me make that very clear, rather. But I have always been of an ally, will be, and have always been an ally, because without Black women, there is no Black world. If you can't understand that, hashtag God bless you on your journey. So then I learned something new after that, called the mother-in-law stitch. So apparently after a pregnancy, they try to make the portal tighter, and you have to do without scarring the tissue, the vaginal tissue, and inducing pain. And so, Dr. Contessa has had that, and Andy asked, like, why does that stitch matter? And Dr. Jackie said, because the son will be more happy. I'm like, I did not know that. The Lord Jesus, the things you learned on television. Then there is a conversation about Botox, and Scott needs more Botox. I've never had Botox. The only thing I've ever had right under here was my chin was bleeding. It was like a little scar right here, and just would not stop. So I had to get that sewn up, right? And then I had a little incident with my tooth here. So it was a guava allergy. But those are like literally the only two things. Everything else, natural. But I also believe in the same token, do what makes you happy. As long as you're not hurting anybody, you're not stealing anything, you're not trying to ruin someone's character because you have no character of your own to stand on, do what you want to do. Life is too short to make yourself sad for everyone else to be happy. Like I always say, society doesn't follow their own rules anyway. Why should you? So, Andy got Botox for the first time a month ago, and Tori says, "Come to Atlanta." And Dr. Simone says that they will make your face frozen. Don't do that. And then Andy asked Dr. Mimi to give one-word answers about the lace, because Dr. Mimi said there's not one crazy woman in the group. So Dr. Mimi said she could give observations. She said, Dr. Jackie, intentional correctional conversations. Thank you, Swamp Talk. I love you very much. Y'all, by the way, subscribe to that sister right there. Swamp Talk Louisiana Chick 318. Now, even though Arkansas is the king and queen and the person of the bow, the golden boot, that's my sister. You come for her, you coming for me, and vice versa. She is such good people. There are so many of y'all out there that are such good people. And this is how I feel about everything. Even though we went through some virtual turbulence, high in the sky with how big this show is, and we have had some detours. My relationship with all of you is not determined by how much you come over here. No. It's determined by our investment in each other. So if I care about you, you care about me, and we hold each other accountable, and we try to move forward to the higher that's waiting for us, we are always going to be good. It's like I said, money, circumstances, and platforms don't change people. It just amplifies what's already in them. Yes, indeed. So love that sister. Swamp Talk Louisiana Chick 318. Y'all like, comment, share, subscribe to her. And also Houston Foodie 713. Like, comment, share, subscribe to her as well. So yes, Dr. Mimi said Jackie intellectual correctional conversations. Quad, breathe it out. Dr. Heavily, heal your inner child. Dr. Simone, less rigid, more flexibility. Toya, you got no more validation. T, how do we support? We don't know. And Dr. Contessa, don't lose your focus. Put your energy where it needs to be. I'm like, you know what? Dr. Mimi and Steve need their own spinoff show. Dr. Mimi could do a daytime talk show. Let me tell you something. Nobody want Dr. Phil no more. Dr. Mimi, 5 days a week on daytime TV. We can make it happen. I'm just saying. We can replace Karamo because I don't think anybody watches him. No disrespect to Karamo. I mean, he's from Queer Eye. He has a long career this time, sir. But sincerely, I think Dr. Mimi would be a breath of fresh air on daytime TV. So speaking that into existence for Dr. Mimi. All right. So then we get to the men. Andy felt a way about his Whitnick invite. That he didn't get one. I'm like, really? Really, you were upset about Whitney? Okay, all right. It is what it is, brother. That was the Cecil. Curtis had a hey. Eugene's toe is not healed. You know, Dr. Damon gets the question about, you know, the empty nest, and, you know, Damon and Dr. Heavily spend a lot of time with each other, but Damon misses his kids. And Dr. G has made more new songs. Why? Okay. Just have to get that out. Because that song that he did, you know, I'm so tired of the bullshit. I'm trying to get through my life. I know there's better out there, so I gotta be better for myself. No one asked for that. Not here, not there, not anywhere. Plainly, I am the people that the subscribers are. The world at large. I know the world did not let me speak, but no one asked for that. So then Dr. Scott had an injury in his bathroom. Steve, he's got the glass bowl in the back. And King got a welcome to the first reunion. King has nothing against Dr. G. And Andy wanted King and Dr. G to shake hands, and Eugene shook Andy's hand just to kind of move things along. So I love Eugene, by the way. I feel like Eugene is really a smooth brother. I really, really do. And honestly, tell you the truth, when Toya said that she could have made him popular, child, OGBYN, dentist, tennis expert. Because here's the gag. You ready? Here's the gag. Dr. Eugene would probably get somebody before Toya ever would if they ever divorced. Eugene is kind. He is sensible. He is open. Toya is controlling. Toya can get everybody else's business, rather, but can't handle her own. And Toya doesn't have focus. She had a baby shower for a fucking Birkin bag and said that the Birkin bag was harder than having her kids. Knowing good to damn well, if any man were to say that about getting Jordans, y'all would drag him up to the highest point of the sun and then throw him down through the flames of hell. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Eugene makes Toya look better. Not the other way around. Dr. G goes that out. Right, I'm just like, what? So after all of that being said, you know, Dr. Eugene also talks about, you know, Botox, because Toya wants Dr. Eugene to do Botox at his, you know, side gig, his side hustle, his side business. And Dr. Eugene said that he needs a hot girl to do the Botox. And, you know, I think it was King that said, how do you think Toya would feel about Hot One being around? King, first of all, that's not your business. You just got here. Okay. And to Eugene's credit, he said very, as a matter of fact, down the line and straight to the point of, when you come into an office, right? Medical office, you feel more comfortable with people that, they have a vibe. So I understood where he was coming from, and he wasn't dismissing the fact that his wife Toya could feel away. Although I feel like Toya has jealous tendencies as it is, because if you guys remember from this season when Damon and Dr. Eugene met, Dr. Eugene said, I don't tell Toya what's going on with the guys and what they talked about, because, Toya, does the most. And Toya's like, I don't care that they talking about me. Really? 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 You don't care at all? You don't care not one bit? Not one bit? Not one bit? Oh, shit. All right. So Steve, Steve gets talked to by Andy, and we learned that his former teammates are rolling him on, and a lot of them are fans of the show. And I think Steve and Mimi are a breath of fresh air. Like I said, they could be on their own spinoff show. They really don't need Married to Medicine. They really don't. And I hope they do get a spinoff show. So next season, I need to see Dr. Mimi and Dr. Steve have their own show. Okay, I don't need them to be on Married to Medicine alone, because this group will ruin Dr. Steve and Dr. Mimi, will not give a damn fuck or ish about the destruction that they cause. Because Phaedra's right. These women are some bitches. I agree with Phaedra. Because what these women do, my Lord Jesus, with friends like these, who need enemies? Okay? I'm just keeping it up. Now listen, everybody got the right to their opinion. I got the right to mine. In the words of Todd Chrisley, who said to Jessica on the Steve Harvey talk show when he was in Chicago, I'm not saying you a hoe. I'm saying you exhibiting hoe behavior. I'm not saying y'all itches. I'm saying y'all exhibiting itch behavior. That line took me out when Todd Chrisley said that. I'm like, wait, that was on daytime TV? What in the world? So anyway, with all that being said, the song is played again. And it's just like, oh my God, all the guys are like, I know. So a person gets asked about, making a band. And most of the group is like, nah. King and Dr. Damon seem on board, but everybody's like, nah. So then Dr. G and Damon, talk it out for a little bit. And Dr. G says anyone will feel a way about their practice being mentioned in a bad light. I will agree with Dr. G. If somebody said something about Dr. Damon's practice on social media that was not true, Dr. Damon will feel a way. And I think, for Dr. Damon to say, I just will roll off my back, bullish. Just bull. When you are about the quality of the work and you don't play about your time and you tend to your diversity of how you move, you're going to care. If you care about what you do, you're going to get the care. So that was a dumbass statement from Damon. Just dumb. Dr. G didn't speak on Damon's character, because remember when, Damon asked, do you think I'm a cheater? And Dr. G said nothing. Like, here's the thing, right? Even if Dr. G said that you wasn't a cheater, what was that going to do? Right? Because guess what? Dr. G can feel the way he feels. All the guys can feel the way they feel. But guess what? Everybody's going to say something, whether Dr. G agrees with you that you're a cheater or not. So to hold him to task so hard over something that he doesn't really know. He doesn't know if you a cheater because he's not in the bedroom with you. It's not his business. So you were making a mountain out of a molehill just to have a moment, to use Dustin Dry Ass Ross's words and Claudia Jordan's words, and to use Carlos's words, right? Look who it is. Hey, gorgeous. Shout out to How I See It TV. I miss you, sister. I really do. I've just been in my own corner. By the way, this is the person here who brought y'all the Brandley Virtual Tour Destination Roundup. And I was like, oh my God, don't know if I should do it or not, because I know how I am with patience, and me and patience don't get along too well. But when someone invests in you, if they are of good energy, the least you can do is be still with the gift that they gave you, if nothing else. So y'all like, comment, share, subscribe to that sister right there. She is very, very good people. Love that sister. Yes, indeed. So with that being said, you know, Dr. G said that like a coward. And Dr. G said that Dr. Heavily support Damon. Someone shushed Dr. Heavily, and Sweet Tea was a one-trick pony. How I See It TV says, but the message didn't say I'm not seeing your patients anymore. It says I'm not seeing any more of your patients. Those are two different things. Absolutely. Without question. Without question. And listen, it's difficult, or let me flip, reverse or rewind it back. Additionally, how is Dr. Damon sensitive about Dr. G not defending him? Is that a question to me, or you're just saying that in general? Like I said, I think that, to me, from my point of view, and like I said, I really don't watch this show. I just watch it for y'all. But also, we are about diversity over here. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. We definitely earned it, in the words of Jasmine Crockett. Shout out to that beautiful sister from Texas. I feel like Dr. Damon is sensitive about Dr. G not defending him because it was the tonality of the energy of the accusation, right? And to that point, Cecil said, okay, the way you feel, what about Dr. G and the way he feels? Your wife called him a PDF file on social media. Even though you said that will roll off your back, if Dr. G is sensitive, if you saying you were sensitive about that, why can't Dr. G be sensitive about what, you know, he feels? And I felt that was a great point from Cecil. Cecil, well done. I like Cecil. Cecil can't do no wrong to me until he shows different. But I really like Cecil because I thought that was a very articulate point. Let's see. I'm just saying because I remember Damon called Dr. G sensitive because Dr. G was explaining his feelings about Heavenly calling him PDF. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And there is no way in hell that somebody called Dr. Damon a PDF file on social media or called Dr. Heavily a PDF file on social media. And let me just say this. I'm not wishing that. Let's make that unequivocally clear. We are dealing with the facts over here. Like I said about my 901 videos, you saw the thumbnail, you know my voice, and damn it, you know why you're here. If that were to happen to Dr. Heavily or Dr. Damon, they would not be here for it. They would feel away and they would have a reaction. And they would have the right to have that reaction. So to be sensitive because you care, it's dumb. Because as my mom has often said, if you ever meet the perfect person, Brandon, please introduce me to you know what I mean? So that's my let's see. Because Cecil was on the money with that. One is more detrimental. Being a cheater is not as detrimental to Damon's practice as being called a PDF. That's a whole crime. Absolutely. And if we all remember Portia Williams, when she said that Candy and Ty were going to drug her and rape her in the dungeon to turn out to be a lie, that was detrimental to Candy. So it's like, y'all, each platform requires a different energy. The platform of cheating and the platform of an accusation that can hurt you, those are two different platforms with two different energies. And you can be sensitive about both, but you also need to recognize both. You can be sensitive about both, but you also need to recognize both. You can be sensitive about both, but you also need to recognize both. Just saying. Yes, indeed. Here, Sweet Tea called Dr. Heavily a one-trick pony. And Cecil said what he said about that. Dr. Heavily, Sweet Tea, get into it. It could have ramifications for your practice. Calling Dr. G PDF file on social media. And then King said anyone can say anything on social media. King, people said that the Rolls Royce that was gifted to Quad was stolen. I would think you would be sensitive about that. So if anybody can just say anything, I can just say King's a thief. I can say that, right? Like you said, King, anybody can say anything on social media. King's broke. Like you said, King, anybody can say anything on social media. What? King is behind on his payments for his dealership where he keeps all his vehicles and sells them. He's behind on his payments. But King, like you said, anybody can say anything on social media. Do you see the black Dassy, the black proxy, the black imagination, how of a stupid ass statement you made? I'm just asking questions. I'm not wishing bad on you, King. But also you have to recognize how that could flip back on you. Because see, here's the thing. I don't have a dog in this fight. You know how how the insecure people always say, well, guess what? I don't have to know you. Here's the gag. I don't have to know you either. That's not a power move. If anything, it goes to show me you're not worthy of getting to be known about. Because if that's your energy, I can only imagine the hell you are as a person. King should have sat there and ate his food because he just got there and legally speaking, the court said he owed somebody for a stolen Rolls Royce, so he should have been silent. That's what I'm saying. But he said anybody can say anything on social media. So if that's the case, everybody should lie on King. Since he said anything can be said on social media. Once again, I'm not wishing that. I'm just pointing out the black Dassy, the black proxy, and the black imagination here. Rolling on. Damon said it was wrong. And Scott said it was damn wrong. Damon said that you never came to me, and Dr. G said that they were high maintenance patients. Why would you not see patients during this time period? And Toya said Dr. G needs to be more accountable. Toya, I would listen to Dr. Mimi in a house fire before you would ever open up your mouth. No one asked for you to speak. No one. Okay? Sweet Tea is pissed. Then Andy says, or asks rather, would you have called Dr. Damon if you were not in this situation? Steve tries to bring some peace, that, it needs to be a real conversation. Otherwise, it's going to be tit for tat, in so many words. Damon forgives Dr. G. And Damon says, God says to forgive, and it's the right thing to do, and we are friends. And Dr. G says that, from your perspective, I can see how things could be, I can see how things could be wrong. And Toy says, that's some real man shit. Tell you? Question. Just one question. Can you do some real woman shit and have your own identity? Can you not be in everybody else's business? And can you let go of control for a length of time and let people be who they are? I'm just asking a question. You're the one who said Birkin bags were harder to have than your own children. You said that on national television, not me. Not CTV. That's what I'm talking Louisiana chick. Not Houston Foodie 713. None of these women said that. You said that about your own children. You got into your husband's side hustle of telling him what to do when he did the work of going to medical school, when he did all those clinicals. He was probably going through some mental health challenges that you will probably never know about. But what the fuck does your ass do? No shit. Do some real women shit before you say what real man shit is. Damn. Okay. Now that we got that. And by the way, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if you let it fly, it must apply. Moving on. Good damn. I know somebody gonna say, Franklin, you really fell away. This, that, and the third, all around the world, mama say, mama say, mama kusai. So we're policing people's opinions. Because if we're policing other people's opinions, then we should also be policing other people who should honestly get to know people for who they are on an individual basis rather than listening to other people. Oh, but we don't want to have that conversation, all right? Because it's better to support somebody who's popular than somebody who's regular. Popular and wrong, regular and right. Some of y'all are supporting somebody that showcases themselves as a Cadillac Escalade, but they're so broken down like a Chevrolet Cavalier. Child, y'all support people like that on social media and your real life. And here's the guy, you probably exude that behavior your damn self. Don't get mad at me, child, because I'm saying the quiet part out loud that you don't want to confront about your damn self. Rolling on. Toya Sand is seen telling her man only King can take his shirt off. How disrespectful. That's what I'm saying. But you want to say that was real man shit? Okay. Okay. When you do some real woman shit, please let us know in the group chat. Please and thank you. Eugene said it was an uphill battle with not saying six. I'm so loving this live after show that we're doing. Hey, by the way, it's been a minute since I said this, but these people are legendary tours in the words of legendary. I can see the Rose for Travels work for her family. We see WS call these people her tour fam, and Nikki News had called these people her tour sisters. If you want to be a part of the fam, just hit the subscribe button and then hit the notification button for also when you know when we go live on tour, whenever I upload a new video or do a short. There you go. So, and by the way, it's free. It's free. It's free. I recognize that not everyone has it all the time. And so I try to meet you guys right where you are. Doesn't mean I don't want to do more, but also too, the more you do, the more weight you have to give. And I believe that you should never lose yourself to be the most known. Where you can just be the most simple and be the most impactful by just giving your genuine best. So, and that's no shade to anybody who does memberships and merchandise and everything else. The fact that you have been able to progress to that, I applaud you. I really do. And everybody does it in their own way. But I wish everybody well, because honestly, here's the gag. All this social media bullshit, we got a whole president administration that doesn't want us in any shape, form, or fashion. That's a bigger crisis than someone not liking me and I'm not liking somebody. Because we're all black. All skin folk are kinfolk, though, but you get what I mean. None of us could be here right now. That's bigger than just trying to be right to just look good on social media. Roll on. So with that being said, not everything is about Greg when it came to the live chat game. Dr. G and Sweet Tea were talking for a whole year. This is Curtis now talking. And Qua was listening to, what their love and did not say a word. Dr. Simone said Qua was not around, and Qua feels a way about ushering Dr. G and Sweet Tea in. And that the group used Dr. G and Sweet Tea against them. And Dr. Simone said, we can usher in who the fuck we want. And Quad and Simone get into it. Now, I mean, it's bad. I mean, it's really bad. It's so bad. I don't even think a bottle of champagne could just succumb your mind to be displacent of what was happening. I mean, it was that bad. Quad said to everybody that gets triggered over cuss words and for men having, a voice and this, that, and the third, but yet you support people who bully other people who are trifling and very chaotic in their behavior, but yet you won't call out on your own life. Please, just for 1 minute, mute me, okay? Because I'm going to repeat Quad's words. I'm helping you not get triggered, okay? Quad said, dirty bitch! That's what Quad said. That's what Quad said. That's what Quad said, okay? All right, you can unmute me. You can unmute me now. You're good? You see? Made sure you were okay. Because even though I don't have to know you, that doesn't mean I don't have to have care for you. You see that? All right, rolling on. My Lord Jesus. Dr. Simone said karma to Quad and that, you turned your back on everybody. And Quad brings up Simone's daddy. I mean, it was bad. I mean, people were holding people and everything. Let's see here. Curtis didn't make sense because Quad wasn't around last season. She was basically in one scene at the end of the season with Greg and T, and was in 3 scenes with Sweet Tea where they barely spoke. I mean, listen, I only watch the show because of y'all. And listen, if Quad wasn't there and that happened, that makes more sense. It's like, how can you be around but yet no one felt your presence, right? So I agree with you, how I see TV. What Quad did, the vibe check, Dr. G and Sweet Tea have never done that type of carrying on in Quad's face. Never, not one time. And Quad did not hold her liquor. Everybody saw it. I think even Toya, the sensible one, said she kept drinking. Or not that she kept drinking. Let me flip the words and rewind it back. She said she's not stopping talking. So like, all y'all know Quad can't hold her liquor. So like, it's cool when Quad does it, man. Cool when somebody else does it. Because who rolls up out of a fucking casket because they felt their friendships were broken? I think that was Quad. Who said that Phaedra didn't do nothing for the show, but went to Phaedra for help with her friendships? Oh, I think that was Quad. Who was so displacent that the group felt it at Napa when originally the trip was to unite everybody and try to work things out? I think that was Quad who did not create an emotional connection. I'm just saying. Everybody says she was drunk and Contessa was counting. Right. So the fact that Quad can't hold her liquor, that's evident, right? And she has had DUIs, that's factual. Now, a history of drinking, we don't know. But sometimes some things are sweet in the Kool-Aid. Sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes it's zero sugar. You know what I mean? You taste the flavor, but you don't taste the sugar. So that's why I feel Quad. You can taste the flavor that Quad is a drunk, but maybe she does have a drink. All right. So then we'll get to the preview. Dr. Simone and Jackie talk. Then Dr. Heavily and Contessa talk about their relationship, their friendship, rather. Dr. G and King talk. Simone and Quad. There's a thing there. And then Dr. G sings. And Sweet Tea is just clapping. And Quad said, I can't clap for that. Sweet Tea, I'm going to let you know something. It is okay to be your own person. That's such as, I know you were being a very supportive wife, but that does not mean you have to roll along with everything, because everything is not worthy of you agreeing with. Just saying. Y'all, I'm going to turn off my camera now because we've done the whole show for over, and I guess we have. Woo! Did I cover everything? Oh, my Lord Jesus. Y'all let me know what did y'all think of the review? Did I cover everything? Did I miss anything? You know, with these reviews, now I'm going to support my man too. Oh, you know what? You are so loving, kind, and gracious. How I see your TV. And you know what? I mean, in that circumstance, if my wife can't sing, I mean, if I don't support, I'm gonna be dragged at home. So I guess you do. You know, I guess you create peace in the valley to maintain the peace in the valley, right? So, but also too, somebody sucks and you suck. What happened to that? And still loving the person? Like, what happened? What happened? Listen, I'm gonna do. Let's see here. I'm going to tell my man he's the best singer in the world. That song is about Guess Out the Hood. So, would you support him at American Idol? Because see, here's the thing. The fantasy is nice until you have to deal with the way of reality. So, let's just say that he was, you know, good on that stage, you know, sung a little something at the reunion, and he said, I'm a singing on American Idol. And then you're like, oh, okay, yeah. And then, you know, you're at the judges' auditions, and he's like, call the radio, like, oh, shit. Would you still, you know, I'm a little scared. Ryan's like, all right, it's your turn. And then if oh shit, no, baby, no. Okay. I'm sorry, Ryan. Listen, I know my husband did a lot of work for this, but no. She's supposed to be her man's biggest fan. I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about it either. I'm just saying the quiet part out loud that he sucks. You know what? I'm being Luther for Sweet Tea. That's what I'm doing. Now, we're not going to American. We're going to go in the studio and drop some beats. I see a TV. Just because you put lipstick on a pig doesn't mean it's not still a pig. But I still love you, though. I still love you. Yes, I do. We're bigger than that. American. Oh, my Lord Jesus. I got to tell you, the episode was an episode, child. I can tell you that right now. Like I said, you know, with these after shows, y'all, I really don't have an opinion until I come on live. In the words of Brian Williams, you know, by the time, you know, 6 o'clock comes, or by the time 11 a.m. comes, or by the time I do come on with all of you to be on tour, you're going to know I'm going to have something to say. You just don't necessarily know what I'm going to say. And I think that keeps it fresh. I think it keeps it dynamic. But most of all, it keeps it open. Because like I said, the fact that I don't know what I'm going to say means that I have a space to explore, right? So I'm going to do something I haven't done in a while. Nobody has to do it, but I will drop the link if anybody wants to come up. Like I said, you don't have to, but if you have a take, I would love to hear your take, because let me tell you something. I might be wrong in my take. I'm willing to admit that. I'm not so high-minded that I can't see that I'm wrong sometimes, you know? But yes, indeed. So, whew, child, that was a lot. Whew. Believe me, that was a lot, child. Whew. Oh, my Lord. Two people in the building. Thank you all so much for being here. We are just chillaxing. Glad to have all of you here. By the way, shout out to High C TV. She is a content creator. Like, comment, share, subscribe to her. Houston Foodie 713 is also a content creator. Like, comment, share, subscribe to her. And also Swamp Talk Louisiana Chick 318. Like, comment, share, subscribe to her. The song is trash, but I think for last, and just to line what was a dark and intense season was a good move away from the energy. The energy the season gave. I laughed. No, I did too. And you know what? I listen. We can say the truth out loud about what may not be right, but also give credit for how it's applied in a rightly fashion. So I will agree with that. I think it did give a energy of comfort. I can definitely agree with that. I can definitely agree with that for sure, without question. Without question, for sure. Yes, indeed. Like I said, as long as it's not going to, go anywhere else, he can sing. Okay. Only thing I suggest is don't sign up for a karaoke contest at BravoCon. Just don't do that. Just. My Lord Jesus. Oh, thank you so much, my friend. Thank you so much. Love you. Appreciate you. Guys to go Bray was another great review. Thank you, my friend. Love you and keep being amazing. And we'll talk soon, my friend. Thank you for being you. I appreciate you. Yes, indeed. Y'all subscribe to High C TV, a really, really good system. I really mean that. Like I said, also to the Houston Foodie 713 and Swamp Talk Louisiana Chick as well. Really, really good sisters there. Yes, indeed. Here, and by the way, y'all, I know I haven't been doing my not so much the daily movaries, but I know that I haven't been, doing my comments here recently. You know how I end every show for comments because I've been trying to keep the timeline together for these shorts, right? And some of the shorts are trending. Like I've got 1,000 views on a couple of shorts, and I'm very humbled by it. You know what I mean? But yeah, so yeah, this should be this should be interesting with it being in shorts, but yes, indeed. So another good after show, everybody, and like I said, next Friday will be the last after show for Married to Mess, and then we'll move on to a regular schmegular edition of Virtual Tour Live and make it do what it do then. So, but yes, let me get the daily motivator up for you all. Then we will head on out of here. But a great time tonight for sure. Yes, indeed. Right here, let me get it up for y'all. Go. Come on. Right here. The best way to predict the future is to create it. Pete Drucker. I agree with you, good sir. It's time for the daily. It's time for the daily moment for Friday, April 4th, 2025. Look objectively. What if you decide to welcome the problems instead of dread them? Would that make any difference in the way you felt in your level of anxiety from day to day, moment to moment? What if you were to remind yourself that you made it through every challenge you ever encountered? Would you perhaps develop a little more confidence and raise your expectations? What if you came to the realization that dwelling on resentment provides absolutely no value to your life? Is it likely you found more positive and productive ways to focus the magnificent power of your attention? Step back from what you're thinking and doing and see all that you've been getting right. That's a word right there within itself. While you're there, notice also the thoughts and actions that do not help you at all. Be kind to yourself by being honest with yourself. Be respectful of your abilities by pointing them where they will do some real good. It's certainly easy to get drawn into negative patterns, but yet with some self-realization, it is not particularly difficult to get out. Look objectively at how you've been living and get excited about all the improvements you can make. Ralph Morrison. Woo, you gave a word here, brother. You gave a word here. You gave a word here. You know, when I look at my life objectively, am I the best person living my life? No, I think I can do more. But also, too, am I doing what I can? Absolutely. I think we forget to recognize the good of what we've done, right? Because we focus on the wrong more than the right. But what I would like to implore you is to think about all the blessings that have come from the right you've done before you think of the curses of what has come from the wrong that you've done. Because believe me, the only way you will ever feel like a blessing is if you stop feeling like a curse. Just keep it up, but that's the first thing I'll tell you. The second thing is it likely that you'll find more positive and productive ways to focus the magnificent power of your attention? Absolutely. Possibilities are happening every day. The question is, are you willing to see the options? That is the real question. Possibilities are out there every day. The question is, are you willing to see them as options? Possibilities are out there every day. The question is, are you willing to see them as options? That's the second thing I'll tell you there. And then finally, ladies and gentlemen, the third thing I'll tell you, it's certainly easy to get drawn into negative patterns, but yet with some self-realization, it's not particularly difficult to get out. Sometimes in life, we put ourselves in our own circumstances. Sometimes, in the words of Glinda from Wicked, are people born wicked, or is wickedness thrusted upon them? I tend to think it's the second answer. But then again, from what I've seen, some people are just born wicked. But just because they're born wicked doesn't mean that you have to be. Doesn't mean you have to experience the symptoms of their brokenness. So with that being said, everybody, it's time for the best outro on YouTube. Know what you do and do what you know. Never say you want more special, because you will always want a blessing and trust. You may not be where you want to be, but by the end of it, you'll be where you need to be. Do what you've been chosen to do. Why? It's one thing to call yourself, it's another thing to be chosen. One love, much love, all love. I have spent time with you. You have spent time with me. And hopefully, by spending time together, we'll rise to be great together. Always remember, we're doing radio, television, YouTube, living your best life, or you're not being a Toya and saying what real man shit is when you ain't even doing real woman shit. Make sure the replay is not just worth for you to watch it, not just worth for you to listen to it, but for you to want to experience it again. I love you. I value you. I embrace you all. Always remember, receive love you gotta give it, or receive love you gotta give it, or receive love you gotta give it wherever obstacles you have overcome, wherever successes you have achieved upon this particular day. I'm extremely proud of you, but no one else is proud of you. Be proud of your damn self. And finally, y'all, recognize at the end of the season or wherever you're going through in your life, it's the end of that season. Don't continue that season when it's time to move on. Because the more you keep renewing that old season, you're missing out on all the benefits of being in a new season. Commercial break and fireworks are coming your way for the day that was, for the day that's to come, and for the blessings on the way for you, me, all of us, as a society, as a people, as a culture. I feel the love, and I send it right back to you. Good night, everybody. Love you all. Bye-bye.
All day. Yeah, we're working, let me play. You know me. Work real hard, now we're ready, let's play. Hustle up, yeah. Ready, set, let's go, yeah. Hustle up, yeah. Ready, set, let's go. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, come on, yeah. Drop it to the floor, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. Turn it up a little louder. Now get low, come on, yeah. Drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, come on, drop it to the floor. Drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, come on, drop it to the floor. Drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder.
Things have been a little quiet around here. We've missed the fun, we've missed the excitement, we've missed the entertainment, we've missed the nightlife, but most of all, we've missed you. We're getting ready. Caesar's Rewards. We can't wait to welcome you back.
Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Money. Are you ready? They are ready.
Covering the biggest events in the country right now.
There's a lot going on here.
It's always a good time. That's what the show's about.
That's good.
Really good. Very good.
Coming in hot, Jimmy, coming in hot.
It's far from elementary.
Good morning, America. I'm not going to try to strut like Michael or anything.
I have known George a long, long time.
Have you ever gotten him to dance?
Look at that face.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be there.
I am here and so happy.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'm in.
That tells you something when Snoop Dogg's in. Michael, George, Lara,
Ginger.
Open your eyes.
Think of the one place you've always wanted to see.
This is where our magic comes from.
They say if you dream a thing more than once,
Please, please, please.
it's sure to come true.
Everything you see exists together in the great circle of life.
There were stories about what happened.
It's true. All of it.
In every job that must be done, there is an element of fun.
I told you she was tricky.
Life is full of possibilities. What do you want to be remembered for?
The world is in our hands, and we gotta do something with it.
I just want to say a word of thanks to all the artists, the workers, and all of you. The young and the young in heart. You helped make this dream come true.
I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that They've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should.
journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.